Hey friends, welcome back. It's Nikki Jackson back at you again in Orlando, Florida. We're recording live at WCI and welcome back to the podcast experience. You're in for a real treat because I'm joined this afternoon by Brian Allen. Brian, say hi.
Hi. Hello. Thank you, Nikki. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you.
So just so you know, we are streaming live to an audience right now. And of course, they can watch this recorded anytime that they'd like. But we wanted to bring you in today to talk about optimized outcome.
Well, thank you. So Optimized Outcome Solutions, a company I started a few years ago. We've been running some tests in Texas and a few other states. And we basically are doing patient education for injured workers, basically helping injured workers understand how to get their head in the right place, how to eat the right kind of food, how to, reminding them to do their physical activity to keep their body moving so their blood is flowing, the oxygen is getting to their injury. And also getting proper rest, not opioid-induced rest, but good rest that will actually help their body feel better and heal. And we've had really good success in our so far in our programs. The people we've worked with are telling us we're getting anywhere from 10 to 30% better outcomes with similarly situated patients. We think it's very exciting. They've been far less litigious in our group, so they're not getting attorneys as frequently. And I think partly because they feel like they're being supported by what we do. We're very affordable. We offer.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
What's the distribution channel? How are you providing the education to the injured worker?
So we have. And that's a good leading question because I was just going to get into that, and I thank you for asking that. So we do two things. We have an education-only component that's delivered via email. It comes every other day, and it goes for 8 weeks. And it talks about nutrition, talks about mindset, talks about physical activity, talks about getting proper rest. We also send out meal plans and cooking tips and nutrition tips on like how to read labels and how to know what you're buying. And so we use that to help educate them. So they have that. And then we can also add in a coaching component where we have a recovery guide that calls them once a week, talks to them about how they're doing, what they're seeing in the content. Do they have any questions? How are they feeling? Are they feeling better? We also have a self-assessment tool. I'm an old sales guy, so back in my early sales training, one of the first things I learned was that winners keep score. And so we have the self-assessment tool where they can, every week or every 2 weeks, they get an assessment, they complete it, and they can start seeing that they're actually making progress. What happens with a lot of injured workers is they start getting discouraged thinking, they start comparing their recovery to where they were the day before they were injured instead of the day they were injured.
Yeah.
And we help them with the self-assessment tool see that, you were at 20% the day after you got hurt. Now you're at 60%. You've made that much progress. You're 3 times better. They don't feel like that because they're comparing it to the day before they were injured, which is I'm only half as good as I was then, right? So we're trying to help them understand that you are getting better, and so they feel like they're making progress. They can actually see it graphically that they're making progress based on their own assessment of their progress. So they're seeing that themselves. We help them with the meal plans, which are designed by a nutrition researcher who specializes in enhanced recovery after surgery, and she's very good on foods that heal. So we have these meal plans that are based on those ingredients, and we find that people we try to get people on those before they have surgery, if possible, so that they get their microbiome in place.
So smart.
And really try to avoid some of the things that happen. If you talk to surgeons, a lot of them will tell you their patients are malnourished. And not that they're starving, it's they're not eating the right kind of food to prepare for surgery. So you can't go to McDonald's and have cheeseburgers every day and expect to have a good surgery outcome.
What?
It's not going to. I know, shocking. Not that I mean, look, I'm a McDonald's lover. I totally get that, but it's not one of those things that is going to really help you prepare for surgery. So if you can eat the right kind of food, and the other thing we encourage is prior to surgery is getting as much physical activity they can. There's more and more research coming out on physical activity prior to surgery that helps on recovery after surgery. And I can tell you, I had cancer surgery 7 years ago. So I actually was in the process of researching for this business at that point in time. So I tried it out. I was walking every day before my surgery, 3 to 5 miles. I got up to 3 to 5 miles. I lost 40 pounds.
Wow.
And I've only gained 10 of that back in 7 years, which is pretty good.
That's excellent.
I'd like to get back down to that other number, but not, too many conferences.
I was going to say conferences like this won't help.
So I had my surgery on a Friday morning. It was robotic surgery, but it was invasive enough. I mean, they've taken parts out of it.
Sure.
Went home Saturday morning, had a catheter bag, put it in a target sack, and went for a mile walk that day.
Wow.
Never used an opioid. And by the end of the first week, I was back up to 3 miles a day.
Wow, that's
And
impressive.
carrying around, my neighbors thought I was getting a lot of mail because I had this Target sack. I'm walking up and down my lane. They're like, we thought you were just going to the mailbox. Didn't realize I had a catheter bag in there. So it's kind of an embarrassing thing to talk about, but it is what it is. But the point is like, you're looking at me, they can see me. I'm not exactly what you call a picture of fitness, right? I mean, I'm an older guy. I've had 2 new knees. I'm a little heavier than I ought to be. But yet that worked for me. And what we're finding is it works for everybody if they're willing to put in the effort to do it. And what we have also found is that even if someone only does a program partway, just the fact that we get them intentionally focused on recovering, they do better because they're thinking about getting better.
Makes sense.
Instead of sitting home wallowing in self-pity about, I'm never going to get well, I can't work, I can't do this, I can't do that. We help creating them the vision of, yes, you can get better. And all of our recovery guides, all of our educators are people who have been seriously hurt, recovered, and returned back to their profession. So it's people who have been there and done that. So they recognize that, yeah, if they can do it, I can do it. And so one of our new educators, a guy named Noah Galloway, we're actually sponsoring him to keynote at National Comp in November in Nashville. He's an injured war veteran, Iraqi war veteran, lost an arm and a leg, and he talks about how he was ready to quit, like seriously quit life.
Oh.
And he said, look, I used to be into fitness. He says, I'm going to get back into fitness. So he became a fitness guru. He's been on the cover of Men's Health. He was on Dancing for the Stars, and he's now one of our celebrity coaches. And Noah is just a regular guy from Alabama. Coolest guy you'll ever meet, the most humble guy you'll ever meet. He overcame phenomenal adversity to get better. And his story is, if I can do it, you can do it. And I think it's a compelling story.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can do it, anybody can do it. But the problem in our industry, in the work industry, is no one's put a program like this together before.
Well, I was just going to ask you, so your product, are you selling it directly to large employers? Are you integrating with TPAs, carriers? What does that look like?
So interestingly, it usually comes through employers, and then we work with the TPA to implement it to the injured workers. We've had it go through case management groups. We've had it go, in some cases, directly through the employer. We've had it go through an insurance company. I've been asked by some health insurers that I know if we can make a product available to them to start to going out into the commercial health space, because they think it's something there that could help with people who struggle with surgery prep and getting ready for surgery. And we've also had a company approach us about, could we make it an employee benefit where they could just pay a per member per month charge, and then anybody who needs it can use it. So we're looking at a lot of different options. But what we're finding is that over the last, several decades, healthcare in this country has been marketed as, if you take this pill or have you this procedure, all your problems are solved. So we've completely disengaged people from their health care and especially their recovery from an injury or surgery. We're trying to re-engage it. So our motto is educate, engage, and optimize.
And I'm assuming if they don't speak English, you have a service that translates?
Well, yes. So we have Spanish translators. We are just now exploring a new company who has the technology to translate our videos into any language very quickly.
Okay.
We can almost do it on demand. It's so fast. I've never seen anything like it. We're gonna use them. So if someone has a need like Mandarin, Korean, Tagalog. Those are the next most popular languages in the U.S. after Spanish. They have a tool that can do that almost instantaneously. Like I can have it everything translated within a day of the request.
And are the videos coming in those every other day emails too?
Yes, they come in emails. I would tell you we tried an app. An app just wasn't successful.
Nobody needs another app to log in.
And that's really what they felt like. And they get the email. They know it's for them. They know it's this program. And it's the same with the coaching. It's a live call. We call them on the phone, and we also have coaching on demand. And also, I'll just give you an idea. Our full coaching program is $249 a month. That includes a phone call every week, all the education, the meal plans, the assessment tool. Our education only, if you do it for the full 8 weeks, is $99. You get all that content for $99. If you shave one doctor visit off, or one day earlier back to work, you've paid for that, more than paid for the program.
Right.
And we are convinced, based on what we've seen already with the group that we've worked with, and we've had over 200 patients go through the full recovery program. We're convinced that everyone will see positive results, and it's really about just, for the injured worker, it's like I'm getting this information, I'm getting a call. It kind of feels like somebody cares.
Yeah.
And it's outside the normal realm of the morass of the workers' comp bureaucracy, right? This is an outside group. And so we've had really good success. We can white label it to a company if they want to brand it to them, or we can do a lot of different things with it. But our mission is we just want to help people get well.
Well, I love your story too, because it connects in exactly what you're doing. It's no wonder you're so passionate about it. I'm wondering about engagement, adoption rates. Are people opening the emails, engaging with them?
So we track all of that, and we have some that are 100%. We have some that are about 30%. We have some that are 0, and if we have someone that's 0, we take them right out of the program. We're not going to continue with someone who doesn't want to try.
Right.
I'll tell you though, that's less than 5% that are like 0 effort. Usually what happens is we'll call them up and they'll say, I really don't want to do this. Or they'll tell whoever's trying to enroll them, they don't want to do it. So we never actually see them. But the ones that the engagement level has been, if you take the average of all the people that have done it, it's about 75% open rate and view rate on the emails. And so we have an audio book that comes with it. We have all the education material around mindset, nutrition, and physical activity, rest. And then the meal plans. Every week they get a new meal plan. It's a 4-week, and so the meal plan itself is 60 meals. It was designed, actually, a celebrity French chef is the one who put the actual recipes together based on the ingredients provided by our nutritionist. And they're good. They're good meals. And one of the things we really push for people preparing for surgery is a kefir shake to get your microbiome in shape, because it will very quickly build up your microbiome so that when you go into surgery and it's like getting hit by a bus, that anesthesia, it doesn't wipe your digestive system out. You can actually still function. And a lot of complication after surgery is related to digestive tract issues. And if you can prevent that up front, get people thinking about it and getting their head in the right place, it's amazing what they can do. Another great story is, so my wife had a total reverse shoulder replacement. That's a difficult surgery.
Yeah.
So she agreed to do the program with some coaxing. She didn't, because it was me, she didn't necessarily do it. Like, I don't want you in my business, but I'm married to you. I'm in your business anyway. But so she did it. She did so well doing the program, she didn't even require physical therapy.
Wow.
In fact, her doctor told her, don't get physical therapy because it might set you back. You're doing great on your own.
That's
She says, just keep doing what you're doing, because whatever you're doing is working beautifully. Just full range of motion, no issues at all. And very, very minimal pain medication. So it works. We know it works. We're just trying to, evangelize it, I guess, and get people, like, give us a shot to help your injured worker.
Yeah.
And look, if you did just the education only piece at $99, you're really not out a lot. But if it saves you one office visit, one day back earlier to work, or one patient doesn't have to sue you because they feel bad about what's happening, it's a big deal. It more than pays for itself, we think, and we're excited about it. We've had such good success with it, and it's heartwarming to me when I get surveys back and people say, I couldn't have done it without you. This made all the difference in my recovery.
Yes.
And we've literally had people crying on the phone on the last call with their recovery coach, because they're so happy that they've been calling them. And it's heartbreaking for our coaches almost, because they're like, I don't want to stop talking to them.
They're your babies, yeah.
And so we have to kind of ease them out a little bit so that it's not so traumatic, so it's not an abrupt end. So we try to be sensitive to that. And, we've tried to price it so that somebody, if they wanted to, even in the healthcare space, wanted to pay for it on their own, they could. It's affordable. So
yeah.
We do have coaching on demand. If you do just the education, but you decide, I want 1 or 2 coaching calls, they're $49 a call. It's very inexpensive. And all of our coaches are people who have been injured and recovered. So they've all people who've been there and done it.
They get it.
So it's authentic.
Yeah.
And it's like me. I've been there and done it. I know it can be done. I know that, like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not the picture health. So if I can get better, anybody can. We just got to get them in the right frame of mind to get there.
Brian, if people want to learn more about this company, Optimized Outcome, where should they go?
The best place to go would be, well, we're in the process of getting a new website. You'll go to our old website now, but then it doesn't have all the new product on it yet. But within about a month, we'll have the new website up. But it's optimizedoutcome.com.
Okay.
It's pretty straightforward.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
And we will be in Nashville, so we'll have a booth.
We're looking forward to Noah.
We'll have Noah, and we're also going to have a session with Noah. We'll have a book signing with Noah also at our booth after his speech. So it's going to be a fun event. I mean, I don't want to upstage WCI because I love Andrew and I love what he does here. But I mean, I got to do a little self-promotion. But Noah's fantastic, and you can't help but love the guy. He's just one of those people that you just instantly find a connection with him, and he's had some struggles, and it's not always been easy. And and he gave a lot. And the cool thing about it is his keynote is on Veterans Day in November.
Oh, that's so perfect.
Which was accidental, kind of good fortune, but that's how it worked
Yeah.
out. So we're real excited about it. So
we appreciate
and
you.
we're excited about helping injured workers. We're really hopeful that we can get some good things going on.
Well, we appreciate you coming on today and sharing more about your vision and the company, and we're excited to watch you grow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right,
All right,
folks,
everybody. Have a
we'll
good day.
be podcasting more this afternoon, so please stay tuned for our next podcast. Bye.